Hey there, I am back. Guess who's back? Back again. Okay, sorry. I am Dave R., the Real Barman, owner and CEO of Bar Patrol, and creator of the Real Bar Course. Today, I'm going to help you avoid those rookie mistakes that me and my bar owner friends see all the time. Those type of mistakes that make me sigh heavily and just slap myself in the face. These are real mistakes from my real experiences. I get together with my bar owner friends and we play poker and we talk about the applicants that walk into our bars, and then we have a great laugh over it because it is ridiculous, the same common mistakes we see over and over again. And the bigger travesty is nobody's helping them out. They can't be, because they keep walking into my bar. That's why I created the course. And I'll tell you why the course is so great. It's because I have this inner circle. I've been really lucky. I have these bar owner friends and management friends who are in my inner circle, and the course is basically based off this mastermind group of people who own and run bars, and we talk about it and what we really want to see in bartenders and the mistakes they make. And so I've taken all that knowledge and all those tips and all the strategies, and I've created lessons with it that I can bring to you. This is from inner circle people. That's why the course is so great. The truth is, I'm not more skilled or talented than some of these bartenders teaching other bartending courses. I simply have a better method, a better strategy, a better system than those people out there, which leads to more interviews for you, which means you get a job faster and start making that big cash, start making that bling bling. All right. In fact, I just received an email recently from a guy named Anthony. He tried to get a bartending job. He kept getting rejected over and over again, making those rookie mistakes we're talking about. Then he went through my course, and 27 days later, I received an email telling me he received not one, but 2 bartending jobs. All right, he turned his cover letter and resume into 10 bars, got 6 interviews, received 2 job offers. Now, I'm not promising you those stats every time. I mean, those are some damn impressive numbers, and I'm super proud that the course worked that great, but don't expect to go to 10 bars and just get 2 job offers every time. All right, but congratulations to Anthony anyway. That is awesome. So let's get to it. Let's head to the computer screen again. I'm going to share with you the 7 rookie mistakes that people make when trying to become a bartender. And then you want to make sure to check your next email that comes, because I have a very special offer for my tribe, just people who join my email list. And it is the registration for the Real Bar course that's coming up. I have limited space, so it's only open for a little bit of time before I have to close it down again before the next session. So for now, let's head to the computer screen. Okay, welcome to my computer once again. Let's talk about the 7 rookie mistakes people make when trying to become a bartender. I see them all the time. Make sure you're not doing them. It's going to save you a lot of time and energy. So let's get right into it. Mistake number 1, they learn their bartending skills from online experts. You have to be really careful out there. They're not all bad, but I do spend a lot of time on the internet and on YouTube kind of perusing and seeing what's out there compared to what I'm teaching, and what's out there can be really scary sometimes. You know, a lot of these experts are simply providing disastrous tutelage to people trying to break into this high-paying trade, so you really have to watch what you're doing. And, you know, who the hell are these people? You know, I wonder myself when I see them. These are usually fake it until you make it types. They often provide incorrect drink recipes, and they love to see themselves on camera. You know, there's the whole 15 minutes of fame. I think these guys are more into the 4,000 or 5,000 minutes of fame because they have tons of videos, and most of them are wrong. So you have to be careful what you are learning on the internet. I've even seen videos from people on how to make a margarita with Rose's lime juice, or how to shake a Manhattan, which for newcomers, that's a big no-no. You don't want to shake anything like a Manhattan. All right, so be careful about that. Let's move on to mistake number 2. They assume they'll never get a job because they have no experience, and I keep hammering on this because I know it's the number 1 fear out there. This is the biggest mistake you can make, because it usually means you quit before you even start, and then you spend your entire life wondering what could have been. All right, you have to know that it's not just you. You're not alone. All my other students feel the same way. They've had these exact same thoughts and fears when starting out, and then they end up moving on and making huge wads of money working in just about every bar environment possible. So if they can do it, you can do it. It's okay to have doubts. You will eventually realize that once you start your training and once you land the job, that it was never that big a deal in the first place. And I also talk about this in the video, but I'm going to cover it again. If you're uncomfortable, you're in the right place. No great thing ever came from staying inside your little safe box. Your greatest accomplishments will come from when you stretch yourself and head directly into the eye of the storm, into your comfort zone. And as I mentioned, as Eleanor Roosevelt said, you must do the thing you think you cannot do. And this was a big part of how I got moving in my business. And I wanted to test Eleanor out. I wanted to see if she was right. So I made myself walk into bars when I was selling my app, and it ended up Eleanor was right. Every time I go into do something I think I can't do, something good comes out of it. So let's talk about why. Why must you do the thing you think you cannot do? Because it leads to great things. It leads to greater opportunity, greater money, greater relationships, greater happiness. Going outside your comfort zone makes you feel alive. It pushes you to become the person you wish you were. It's a small stepping stone to moving you toward other things you want in life that goes way beyond just becoming a bartender. Okay, that's what happened to me. I didn't want to be a bartender my whole life. I had tried things, I had pushed myself, and now I'm in a really good spot. So it's not just about becoming a bartender, it's about pushing yourself and making things happen. And the question is, what are you afraid of exactly? And what most people are afraid of is the unknown. When you imagine the worst, fear paralyzes you and keeps you from taking action. Imagine the changes you can make in your life if you stop thinking about what could happen in the future and start taking action in the present. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out and hold your hand every step of the way until you get that call from the hiring manager that tells you that you've been hired. And I guarantee you there's no better feeling than that. Believe me, my students call me and they tell me, man, Dave, you were right. I did it. I was more capable than I thought I was. And thank you so much. Here I am. And that can be you too. So let's go on to mistake number 3. They don't make a plan. All right. And this is one of the biggest things and the problems with bartending courses. I talk about it a lot. Most people simply don't know how to make a plan. Bartending schools don't teach how to make a plan. So people learn the skills, but they end up not bartending because they don't have a plan to land an interview and then nail that interview. And I'm using a lot of quotes here. As the great Benjamin Franklin once said, those who fail to plan to fail. All right, this mistake here, mistake number 3, is what separates me from other bartending schools and online courses. It's the method, it's the strategy, it's the plan. All right, and the reason why this Benjamin Franklin saying is so famous and well known is because it continues to come around and kick us in the back of the head for not remembering it. All right, the simple act of writing something down automatically gives you at least an 80% chance of succeeding. Thinking and writing may not be your thing, but taking 5 minutes to create a legacy for yourself is totally worth it. If nothing more, just make a simple sketch or overview or outline of what you're going to do each day so it keeps you on track and you can head in the right direction. The entire reason that you're reading this and that you're here and that you're watching these videos is so that you can get a high-paying job, right? So it doesn't do you any good if you plan to fail. All right, section 7 of the course is the plan. All right, this is the last section of the Real Bar course, and we call it the holy grail of the bar course because it's not in any other course that you'll find. And what we do is we show you how to find the exact bar you're going to work at. We help you make a list of bars. We show you how to create an awesome cover letter and resume. We show you how to develop a plan to drop it off and follow up with a manager. We tell you what to say, how to use body language, and then we show you how to nail the interview. I give you the answers to the questions. I tell you questions that you should ask the hiring manager that makes you come across great. So these tips here have nothing to do with bartending skills, yet this plan has helped countless students of mine land a job and earn the big money, earn the bling bling as we call it. All right, so mistake number 4, they turn in sloppy resumes or cover letters, or they don't turn in a cover letter at all, or they go ask for an application. All right, please don't ever do this. Do not walk into my bar and ask for an application. Applications are for Target and Walmart workers. All right, this is not a job where you're just going to make minimum wage. We're talking about a job where you can make a substantial amount of money. If you come into my bar and ask for an application, I will do the same thing that I always do, which is I will stare at them, I will stare at you as if application was a foreign word. I'll just be confused. And then I'll ask you, are you applying for a dishwasher? And then the person usually says, no, bartender. And then I'll tell them the same phrase that you will hear if you ask me for an application, which is, yeah, thanks for dropping by. Sorry, we're not hiring right now. So creative resumes get you hired. Creative resumes and cover letter make an impression that leave a lasting imprint on the manager's mind. They can't forget you when you come in because they don't see it. Okay, most people don't hand in a cover letter, so when they get a cover letter, they get excited. And then when they get something that's creative and memorable, who's the first person they're going to think of when they need a bartender or when they're going to start handing out interviews? Super important. Creative resumes and cover letters show dedication, they show that you care. Creative resumes and cover letters demonstrate attention to detail. All right, so don't overlook the cover letter and resume, and please don't go ask for an application. You can just leave right now. Mistake number 5, they apologize for being alive. All right, this is the worst thing you can do when you come into my bar is to introduce yourself and apologize for putting me out. All right, that you come across as weak right off the bat. When you apologize for anything and everything, you lose all of your power and self-esteem. And who wants that guy working at the bar? Managers want strong, powerful, confident people working in their business, not a weak, sniveling pushover. Weak, sniveling pushovers don't bring the guests back to their bar. We don't want that guy. The meek will inherit the earth, but not my bar. All right? Apologetic people simply don't believe in themselves. And it's the truth. Managers feel like low self-esteem, apologetic people don't have any value to offer. So as soon as they sense that, you're done. All right? Commanding presence is everything. When you come across as needy and desperate and pitiful, you get the same line every time. Same one we just talked about. Sorry, not hiring right now. Stop apologizing. The world doesn't care about your self-esteem. I know you do, but no one's going to help you out. Mistake number 6. They aren't prepared for the interview. This is mistakes that not just inexperienced people have, but experienced bartenders make. They just walk in and they just think they can wing it. They assume they have the experience, that's all they need, but it's highly competitive out there. You have a lot of other interviews going on. You can't just walk in and hope for the best. So let's talk about what's important. All right. In the course, I have 10 do's and 10 don'ts for the interview. I'm just going to cover 4 things right here that are important. Number 1, you want to make a great first impression. I really go over this big in the course. You have 4 seconds, and that's it. If you do well, it's like having a 4-second head start in the 100-yard dash. So your first impression, 4 seconds, literally a person can tell if you carry yourself with confidence. It's body language, it's the smile, it's the eye contact. All of that happens super fast. If you don't have a great first impression, you are climbing out of a huge hole. All right, so number 2, act as if. There's an expression that says if you want to be a knight, act like a knight. It's that simple. Stand up, hold your shoulders high, pretend like you are the person you wish you were. All right, if you're feeling scared inside. Act like, think of whoever. Think of a celebrity, someone who's suave and engaging and charismatic, and be that person. All right, number 3, be interactive. In other words, be engaging. Don't just show up and wait for the questions to be asked so you can spit out some rehearsed answers. Nod your head, say, hey, yeah, that's interesting. Ask them questions. Carry on a conversation as if you were at a dinner party making small talk. This is your job in the bar industry, is to make talk with people. That's what you do. So if you can't do it in an interview, you're not going to be able to do it on the job, and they want to see that you can actually talk. So be interactive. And then number 4, ask questions. This shows that you have some depth of your own and that you won't just work for anyone. And what I mean by that is if you start asking questions, oh, what are your sales here? How many bartenders do you have on? Are you busy on the weekends? You start really diving in and asking them stuff, they're going to be like, wow, this person's qualifying me right now. I'm supposed to be qualifying them for a job. They're asking me questions about my place. You kind of put them on their heels, and now they start thinking, man, I might want to have this person. They're not so needy. They want to know if this is a good place to work. They must be valuable. So ask questions. I give you those questions that you can ask that really help you out. And then finally, mistake number 7, they wait for the perfect time, also known as the no action syndrome. You have to know there is never a perfect time. This is similar to the people who believe their lack of experience will prevent them from becoming a bartender. People who are waiting for the right time also take no action, and so their lives go nowhere. If I were to have to narrow it down to the biggest mistake of these 7 to avoid, this one would take the cake. This is the only mistake that really matters. I mean, they all matter, but we can read and plan and study and learn and talk and strategize until we pass out from exhaustion. But if we don't take action to follow the plan, then nothing ever happens. And the reason this step is the most important is because it's the one people ignore the most. I know you're nervous, but you're going to get over the uncomfortableness. We've been told our whole life that we need to take action, we need to kick ass and win the day, And yet when it comes time, we don't do it. Just take care of one action item a day and you'll notice huge momentum building. And then another, and then another. All right, small daily actions lead to giant results. Have you heard of the penny riddle? If someone asked you, do you want $1 million right now? Or would you rather have a penny and double it for 30 days and have whatever you have at the end of 30 days? Hopefully you're smart and take the second option, because at the end of 30 days, that's going to be worth $10 million. All right, the same thing happens when you take small actions every day. They act like compound interest and add up to big results as time go by. So, I receive 25 to 30 emails per week from people asking advice on how to become a bartender, and I tell them all the same thing. Just go for it. Take action. Do anything to get started. Sign up for my course. Sign up for someone else's course. Read a book. Walk into a bar and ask to be an intern. Do something. Do anything. Just get started. And you know what happens is 95% of those people then declare how they're going to sign up for their lives. They're going to start their lives and sign up for the Real Bar course, change everything, but they're all talk. They never do it. And then 5% do, and then a lot of other people do who are not emailing me and just talking. But if you don't take action, none of this happens. The people who take action are my students who are making a lot of money right now. So finally, let's ask why. Why aren't you taking action? And it's the age-old dream killer, excuses. Your cat got sick, or your husband or wife drained your checking account, or you have child support, or the sun got in your eyes, or whatever it is. It's anything you can think of to put off taking action, the old procrastination thing. Okay, so I know I got all passionate about action right there, but it's the last one because it's the most important one. I save the best for last. If you don't do any of this stuff, all your studying and watching these videos and everything is completely worthless. Okay, so thanks for watching the screen video. I'm going to jump back out here and back into the bar. I'll see you there. Okay, and that's going to do it. Thanks for being here. That's the end of the 3-part video series. I hope it helped. If you're not satisfied with where you're at and how much money you're making right now, and you have a passion to become a bartender, check out the course. Again, you'll need to see if the registration's open. If not, get on the waiting list or give me an email. Sometimes I can work something out. But if you want to become a bartender, check it out at least, because it is the holy grail of online bartending courses. I'm not kidding. The tactics and principles and skills in the course are not taught in any other online bartending course or school. So I will see you next time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to stay in touch, and I will see you then. I'm out.